So you would see the Somali pirate boat, and then you would see that merchant ship just go with the 50 count, just swipe right in front of them. The little ship would go turn its ass around.
Noun Town.
We forgot to play Noun Town last time. You want to try it again?
Yeah, let's hit it again.
All right. The first noun is eye patch.
Oh, here's the thing, Todd. Here's the thing. When I was a little kid, I had this eye, and my mom wanted me, we didn't have the money for surgery. I don't even know how it was never even on the table. I thought maybe get a little couple of snips in there, get that lazy muscle, pull her in,
Mm-hmm.
So we went the old fashioned route. We went to therapy, and I used to have to wear an eye patch, Todd.
Oh, so you wear an eye patch on your good eye?
Yes. And then I'd have to do exercises. They'd give me a newspaper and I have to start at the first front page in the top left corner and just circle, fill in all of the letters that have, like an O or an A or whatever the fuck, a B, color in the letters and just do it for like an hour. And then I had all these different drills and I had to watch TV for an hour with my fucking patch on. But what I would do is I'd poke a hole kind of in the middle of the patch. I hated it. Bro, I hated the patch. And then I would just look through the hole in the patch. And when my mom wasn't in the room, I'd be looking like I'd watch through the patch.
That's hilarious.
And also, I was a pirate every year for Halloween for 10 years to hide my lazy eye.
Why not? You already had the eye patch.
Yeah, so I would just put it over the lazy eye and roll fucking out.
Oh, that's nice, man. I would also
cut off my leg and I'd put a peg on it and then I would re-sew it back on. I was committed to Halloween for a long time.
That is cool. Do you know why pirates actually first started wearing eye patches?
I would love for you to explain it to me.
It's because night vision. So when they would have to go out side and at night and look through the scope or whatever, they needed one eye to not have been exposed to light, right? So they would cover that one eye, and then when they would go outside at night to look through the telescope thingy, they would just remove that patch and look, and they didn't have to worry about the light having affected their night vision. Fucking pretty cool shit, right? Now on naval ships and stuff, they just have at night they'll just put all the lights inside are red, like if you're on a submarine or something. That way it doesn't affect you because red light doesn't affect your night vision.
I didn't know
tidbit.
That. I'll tell you what. Tidbit. Fucking, I feel tickled right now because I learned some new shit about pirates and eye patches after being a little eye patch fucking monkey as a kid.
And I actually, as a kid, had to wear an eye patch for 3 years because my parents were actual pirates. So,
yeah. And what caused? When did they finally let you stop wearing them? Was that when you were starting to get beat up early? Right? Is that when we dipped back to last episode?
Yeah. It was
beat up for the patch.
They actually, my parents had to give it up because there was this kid who he lived forever. He was young forever. And he brought his girlfriend actually and her little brother with him to Never Never Land. And he actually conquered my dad in a sword fight. And my dad fell off the ship into the ocean and an alligator bit his hand off. So he had to go for the hook and he decided to give up pirating after that, and Dustin Hoffman took his place, actually. So
that's wild. And then you know what? A lot of people don't know that. That's how Dustin Hoffman started his career.
Big kickoff. Got to play Captain Hook opposite Robin Williams.
It's all thanks to you, dude.
There you go.
So shout out, hey, cheers, buddy.
Cheers. I'm the captain now. It's so weird that we forget about the Somali Pirates, by the way. We only think of the eye patch and peg leg pirates of the past. We never think enough about the Somali Pirates. Well,
it just proves how important uniforms are. If you don't have unis, you ain't nothing but a bunch of fucking goofballs on the sea stealing shit. Get some unis if you want some Like, listen, does anybody give a fuck about pickup basketball? No. Until you put on a uniform, no one starts keeping stats.
You know how they had their little run, right? The Somali Pirates, and you'd see them all on the news, and then the Captain Phillips thing happened. And then after that, I used to love, for hours, I would watch these videos on YouTube of these transportation vessels now that would arm themselves with like 50 caliber machine guns and shit again. So you would see the Somali pirate boat coming up, this little speedboat, and it would get close, and then you would see that merchant ship just go with the 50 cal, just swipe right in front of them, and then the little ship would go turn its ass around.
It is international waters. Put a get some 50 cals out there.
I don't know why they weren't doing that before. If they would just paid one guy with just a hunting rifle, I mean, it would take forever for that little bitty speedboat to catch up. You just,
how do you do it?
Wrap the sling around, hook it, boat action.
That's really good. That's a really good, because if you play any kind of Warzone, you know that's a really good sniper sound effect by Todd.
It is.
What's the next noun?
The next noun is psilocybin, however you pronounce it.
What is that, by the way?
I think that's the magic in the magic mushrooms. It's a secret to hallucinogens. Psilocybin mushrooms.
This is where the unicorn was invented.
Oh, good point.
Who was the first person, the first living thing to eat these magic mushrooms? Animals.
Mm-hmm.
And then the man eats it. He looks over, and guess what does he see? A fucking horse with a thing on his head. Mm-hmm. It's colorful. And guess who's on it? Rainbow Bright. You have to understand that psilocybin is probably responsible for 50% of early creative fictional writing.
Yes. All cartoons were based off of in that era, and most rock album covers.
Pink Floyd all day. I'll tell you what, after a few times I've fucked with some psilocybin, I've laid on the ground on my chest. That's how close I was to the ground. And I've watched the dirt and rocks turn into a little city. Ooh. Psilocybin has the power to have this much dirt and rock in front of my face turn into a little city. And I watched little rocks dance around, Todd. And I watched a wild stuff. And guess what? There was a king in there, and he wore an eye patch. Rock kings wear eye patches when you're on psilocybin.
I love it. Third noun. Third noun is dump truck.
Now, from what I understand, you drove a dump truck for a while.
Mm-hmm. That's also what I call my toilet, is the dump truck.
Yeah. And also, I feel like if you're a dude and you drive a dump truck, it's almost, you have to break up with your lady. You can never be broken up with.
I totally believe that. And you know, it's
Davey
like
dump trucks.
The dream
he drives a dump truck and he dumps people.
Davey dump trucks. The dream starts early as a kid because you're in the sandbox, right? And you got your little toy dump truck, and you fill it with your little shovel, and you drive it around, and you dump it. Like, that's all we ever want to be. I don't know how that dream dies between like age 4 or 5 to 20, but very few of us carry that dream on to age 20. I'm sure it's a very high paying job, and it's, you make a good living for your family. I'm not degrading the dump truck driver job. I'm just saying, like, we all forget that dream, but we all have it at age 4 and 5.
Yes. The yellow dump truck is the quintessential truck of my childhood. And I'm not talking little dump trucks that you could drive on commercial streets. Mm-hmm. I'm talking fucking beast mode dump truck that has to be choppered in with one of those spider choppers because it can't even fit on a trailer of an 18-wheeler. We're talking fucking 20-foot tall wheels dump truck. Maximum load capacity dump truck.
I would only move dog poop in my dump truck. I would find dog turds, put it in my dump truck, and drive them around and dump them in the neighbor's yard.
Well, here's what I used to do. Early on in my success as an internet chef, I used to drive my money to the bank for deposits in a dump truck.
Oh,
and then
nice.
They had a crew a hard hat crew at the bank that would pick up my unload. I would back, beep, beep. I'd back it up to the back of the bank. I'd hit the lever and I'd dump the money and it would fall into a pile. And they had a crew that was specifically hired.
Nice.
To count and deposit my dump truck funds.
Oh, shit. When I was a cop, there was a dump truck that would show up every day at the police station, and it would back up to the back door and it would unload and dump donuts. Just at the back, just a dump truck full of donuts every morning there for all the policemen in the police station.
And I'm going to tell you something I never told you. During the time I was dumping my cash with the dump truck, I was buddy with a dump truck dealer.
Oh.
And I had him. He gave me a reduced rate because he was also backing our boys in blue. And we actually bought a small shitty donut shop. And all we did was, because you remember that was a weekly dump off over there at the station.
Weekly. Every Monday.
We never told you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we never told you. That was me and the dump truck dealer, David.
Oh, nice. We appreciate that, bro.
Uh-huh. And I didn't want, listen, I don't do it for the recognition. And it's been years, so I can finally let you in on it. But I was the reason you guys, it was like a charity type of not charity and like you needed it. Just like a little pat on the back for the boys in blue.
Oh, well, and there were day olds, but they were still good. And then when I was when I was married to my second ex-wife, a dump truck would show up every Saturday night and dump a load of drama right in front of the house. Like I
remember that
clockwork. Every Saturday, a dump truck full of drama would show up and just unload that shit right in the fucking.
Because I remember there was a smaller dump truck that would fall behind that truck, and it would dump off popcorn for us and the rest of the neighbors, and we would all eat the popcorn while you dealt with a dump truck full of drama.
Yeah. It would watch me get mad and spray paint shit on my garage. This happened once. All right, that's it for Noun Town, everybody.